Gentlemen, if you're a man over 50 and you're waking up 2, 3, or even 4 times every single night just to pee a little, only to lie there staring at the ceiling afterward, feeling exhausted and frustrated, you're not alone. And it's not something you have to accept as normal aging. As the board-certified urologist who spent years in the clinic helping thousands of men just like you, I see this problem constantly. It's called nocturia, frequent nighttime urination, and it quietly steals your deep sleep, drains your energy, and puts real strain on your overall health. Many men blame their prostate right away. And yes, an enlarged prostate can squeeze the urethra like a pinched garden hose, making it harder to empty fully. But for a huge number of guys, the bigger issue is nocturnal polyuria, your body suddenly making too much urine once the lights go out. The frustrating part is that it feels impossible to fix without pills or major lifestyle overhauls. But here's what I tell my patients every day. There's one simple thing you can do right before sleep, a quick 10-minute ritual that can dramatically cut down those nighttime trips. It's free, it requires no equipment, and it works with your body's natural systems instead of fighting them. Why should you care beyond just getting better rest? Because those broken nights aren't harmless. Chronic sleep interruption from nocturia is linked to higher blood pressure, increased heart strain, weight gain, lower testosterone, and even a higher risk of serious cardiovascular issues over time. Your body never gets the full repair mode it needs during deep sleep. Stay with me until the very end of this video, because I'm going to reveal a hidden mistake that most men make every single night without realizing it, one that silently undermines their prostate health, heart health, and long-term survival. Do this ritual correctly, and you could start sleeping through the night as soon as tonight. Let's dive in. But here's what most men don't realize about the frustrating reality they're living with every night. You finally drift off around 11 p.m., exhausted from the day. Then, around 2 a.m., that familiar pressure hits your bladder, feels full. Even though you know you didn't drink much before bed, you drag yourself out of bed, shuffle to the bathroom in the dark, and produce what feels like barely a cup. You climb back under the covers, but now your mind is racing and deep sleep is gone. A couple hours later, it happens again at 4 a.m., and sometimes once more before the alarm. By morning, you're groggy, short-tempered, and already dreading the day ahead. This isn't just annoying, it's exhausting your body and mind. Work performance drops, your mood suffers. Even your relationships and intimacy take a hit because you're too tired to have the stamina or energy you used to. And if you're over 50, statistics show this affects nearly half of men in your age group. Many assume it's purely the prostate getting bigger with age, like a walnut slowly swelling and pressing on everything around it. That pressure can indeed make you feel like you never fully empty, creating that urgent, incomplete feeling. But here's the part that surprises most of my patients. Even with mild prostate enlargement, the real driver for nighttime urination in many cases is nocturnal polyuria, your kidneys producing way more urine after dark than they should. During the day, you might go normally, but once you're horizontal, something shifts dramatically. Your body starts acting like it's still daytime processing mode. The result? Broken sleep that leaves you feeling older and more worn out than you should. I hear men say, "Doc, I thought this was just part of getting older. It feels inevitable, like gray hair or reading glasses." But it's not. It's a signal from your body that something in the nighttime routine needs adjusting. The hopeful news is that understanding this opens the door to real change. You don't have to keep suffering through these interrupted nights. In the next section, we'll look at why ignoring these frequent trips is far more dangerous to your long-term health than most men ever imagine, and how one small pre-bed habit can start turning things around quickly. Gentlemen, let's talk straight about why these nighttime bathroom runs are quietly destroying more than just your sleep. I know it feels like just a nuisance, but those extra trips are pulling you out of the deepest, most restorative stages of sleep REM and slow-wave sleep, where your body repairs tissues, balances hormones like testosterone, clears brain toxins, and resets your cardiovascular system. Every interruption keeps your body in a low-grade stress state. Over time, this raises your blood pressure, strains your heart, and increases the risk of serious issues like heart disease and diabetes. Studies have shown that men waking 3 or more times a night face significantly higher cardiovascular risks because their bodies never fully recover. Think of it like leaving your car's engine running all night. Instead of letting it cool down and recharge, the wear and tear adds up fast. There's also the practical danger. Middle-of-the-night walks in the dark are a leading cause of falls and hip fractures in men over 65. Those injuries can end independence overnight and even shorten life expectancy. On top of that, constantly getting up and straining can irritate the prostate further and weaken pelvic floor muscles, making urinary control even trickier over time. And here's something many men overlook. Poor sleep from nocturia tanks your testosterone levels, kills daytime energy and focus, and quietly speeds up the aging process. You feel older, less vital, and less like yourself because your body is running on fumes. I've had patients in my office say, "I just thought I was getting old," when really their sleep fragmentation was the hidden thief. The fear is real left unchecked. This pattern contributes to a cascade of health problems that affect not just your nights, but your entire quality of life and longevity. But here's the hopeful flip side. This isn't a life sentence. Address the root fluid and timing issues with one simple ritual before bed, and many men see their nighttime trips drop dramatically, sometimes to just once or even 0. The silk behind why this works is fascinating and points directly to a practical fix, which I'll explain in detail next. Once you understand the mechanisms, the solution becomes obvious and powerful. But here's what most men don't realize about the science driving all this nighttime urination. Let's break it down simply, the way I explain it in the exam room, without complicated jargon. There are 3 key players working together against your good night's sleep. First, the prostate itself. As we age, this gland about the size of a walnut can enlarge. It sits right under the bladder, surrounding the urethra like a donut around a straw. When it swells, it squeezes that straw, creating resistance. Urine flow becomes weaker, and you feel urgency, even when the bladder isn't truly full. Imagine trying to water your garden through a garden hose. With a tight kink in the middle, pressure builds, and flow is restricted. Second, your brain's nighttime hormone signal often weakens. The hormone ADH, or antidiuretic hormone, also called vasopressin, normally surges at night and tells your kidneys, "Slow down urine production, we're sleeping." After age 50, many men produce less of this hormone during the night, so the kidneys keep filtering fluid at daytime rates, turning out more urine than your bladder can comfortably hold until morning. Third, and this is the hidden game changer for the majority of my patients, fluid redistribution from your legs. During the day, gravity pulls fluid down into your lower legs and feet, where it pools like water collecting at the bottom of a soaked sponge. You might not notice obvious swelling, especially if you're active or the edema is mild, but it's there for most men over 40 from sitting, standing, salt intake, or just daily life. When you finally lie flat in bed, that pooled fluid gets reabsorbed into your bloodstream. It heads straight to your heart and kidneys, which then process it into extra urine. That's why you can hold it fine all day, but suddenly need to go multiple times after dark. On top of this, the nerves around your bladder can become hypersensitive, like a car alarm set too sensitive that blares at the slightest bump. Combined with any prostate pressure, it creates that urgent wake-up call. This science isn't abstract. It's why so many men feel betrayed by their bodies at night. The good news? Understanding these mechanisms points straight to a fix that works with your physiology instead of against it. In the next chapter, I'm going to reveal the exact do this before sleep ritual that drains those legs, calms the system, and lets many men reclaim uninterrupted nights. It's surprisingly simple, takes about 10 minutes, and has helped countless patients in my practice. Gentlemen, now we're getting to the practical part you've been waiting for. The simple thing I recommend my patients do right before sleep to cut down those frustrating nighttime trips. It's called the leg elevation and muscle pump ritual, and it takes just 10 minutes. No pills, no expensive gadgets, just using gravity and your body's own mechanisms smartly. Here's exactly how to do it. Starting about 10 to 15 minutes before you plan to climb into bed. Lie comfortably on your back, either on your bed or the floor if it's easier. Elevate your legs so they're above the level of your heart. You can stack 2 or 3 pillows under your calves, or do a gentle legs up the wall variation where you lie near a wall and rest your heels against it at about a 45-degree angle. The key is comfort. You don't need to be in an extreme yoga pose. Just get those legs higher than your torso. While your legs are elevated, activate the muscle pump with simple ankle pumps or calf squeezes. Point your toes away from your body like pressing a gas pedal, then flex them back toward your shins. Do this 20 to 30 times. Or gently squeeze and release your calf muscles as if you're softly pedaling a bicycle in the air. Perform these movements for 60 to 90 seconds, then rest for a minute or two and repeat a few times during your 10 minutes. Why does this work so effectively? During the day, fluid has pooled in your lower legs thanks to gravity. By elevating your legs while you're still awake, you give that fluid a chance to move back into circulation using gravity in your favor. The ankle pumps and calf squeezes act like a built-in pump. Your calf muscles compress the veins and push fluid and blood upward, back toward your heart. Your kidneys can process this extra volume while you're awake and upright-ish, so it doesn't flood your bladder hours later in the middle of the night. Think of your legs as a temporary storage tank. By actively draining it before bed, you reduce nocturnal urine production significantly. Clinical observations and patient reports show this approach can cut nighttime urine output notably, often leading to fewer awakenings. Combine it with one smart supporting habit. Cut off fluids, including water, tea, or alcohol, about 3 hours before bedtime. But the active leg ritual is the star player that makes the real difference for fluid redistribution issues. I've seen men in their 60s and 70s report waking up far less often after making this part of their routine. They sleep deeper, wake more refreshed, and even notice better daytime energy because their body finally gets restorative rest. It's safe, has 0 side effects for most healthy men, and costs nothing. Try it tonight exactly as described. You might be amazed at how much better you feel in the morning. But even with this ritual, there's one hidden mistake that can quietly undo your progress and keep the cycle going. Most men never realize this until it's affecting their health in bigger ways, and that's what we'll uncover in the final section, along with how to make sure you get the full benefit. Gentlemen, we've covered the exhausting reality of nighttime urination, why it's far more dangerous than it seems, the science of what's really happening in your body, and the simple 10-minute ritual that can change your nights. Now comes the climax. The biggest, most shocking reveal that most men never see coming until it's too late. The hidden mistake destroying so many men's health is this. They completely ignore or underestimate the subtle fluid retention happening in their legs every single day, and they skip the pre-bed drainage step or do it inconsistently. Even if your ankles don't look obviously swollen or puffy, mild edema is extremely common after 40 from sitting at desks, standing for long periods, dietary salt, or reduced circulation efficiency. Most guys go straight from the couch or dinner to bed without addressing it. Or worse, they drink a big glass of water right before lights out, because it's healthy, or to take evening medications, thinking it won't matter. What happens? That pooled leg fluid gets reabsorbed the moment you lie down, spikes your nighttime urine production exactly when your ADH levels are lowest, overloads your bladder, and forces those repeated awakenings. Over months and years, this chronic sleep fragmentation raises heart attack and stroke risk, drives up blood pressure, lowers testosterone, increases inflammation that can accelerate prostate growth, and contributes to higher overall mortality. It's like leaving the check engine light on in your car for years. The small issue compounds into major system damage. Most men never connect their normal evening tiredness or slight leg heaviness to their 3 a.m. bathroom runs. They blame the prostate alone or accept poor sleep as inevitable, never realizing that skipping this one drainage ritual is silently shortening their healthy years. I've had patients shocked when we measured lead fluid changes and linked them directly to their nocturia severity. The hopeful truth? Now that you know, you can fix it starting tonight. Make the leg elevation and muscle pump ritual a non-negotiable 10-minute habit before bed. Be consistent for just 2 weeks and track how many times you wake. Pair it with stopping fluids earlier and, if needed, addressing any obvious leg swelling with daytime movement or compression socks. Talk to your doctor first. It's never too late, gentlemen. Your body is remarkably resilient and wants to heal and restore itself. You just have to give it the right signals at the right time. Men who commit to this simple change often tell me they feel 10 years younger, with sharper minds, better moods, more energy, and even improved intimacy because they're finally getting deep, uninterrupted sleep. Your future self energetic, rested, and healthier starts with the decision you make tonight. You've got the knowledge now. Try the ritual this evening and notice the difference. Drop a comment below and let me know, how many times were you waking up before watching this, and what happened after your first night trying the leg elevation? Which part of this do you struggle with most fluids before bed or remembering the ritual? Share this video with any friend or family member over 40 who's complaining about sleep or constant bathroom trips. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next doctor-approved tip that can genuinely improve your health and vitality. Thank you for watching. Sleep well tonight. Your body and your loved ones will thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.